Hey guys, it's your Pinky Tina. Today's episode of the Ninjala anime reaction will be a little different because I had a little boo boo while recording. My mic wasn't recording, so I have to do voiceovers to give you guys just a brief overview of the important parts where I actually really reacted to the anime episode. So if you guys are new, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And we're gonna get right into this overview reaction video. I hope you guys enjoy it, and let's get into it. So currently, they're on a mission trying to find those space ninjas from the last episode. And while they are doing an expedition type field mission, really is their first mission, they're gonna split into three groups, and they have a third teacher named Chris Sensei over here. Uh, Chris is somebody we've never seen before. But he's also a teacher because he has the same outfit on as Bruce here. Um, he looked like a really cool, like handsome-ish kind of character guy, and everyone kind of took to him pretty quickly, except like Ron, because Ron is always overly cautious, being that he's like a master ninja guy, so he's not going to accept people as fast. Bruce already felt replaced, low key, so Ron, shakes his hand and make contact with him, and he obviously Ron being Ron is like yeah. Um, so yeah, so now they have their three groups, and they're going into a cave to look for the space ninjas, and we actually have a space ninja behind them. And as you can see, I'm surprised, like, oh, a purple one. How many colors do we have? Um, so Emma, the girls Emma, Lucy, and Jane are with Bruce. Lucy's our wild card over here, always trying to fight something, any little bit thing that moves. So then we have Chris having Van Cape and Burka, my bad. That's their group. So they're exploring and stuff like that. And the boys, as per usual, being super, super excited by any little ninja thing they see. Chris pretty much impresses them in like 10 seconds flat. Um, allowing them to be, a little bit more, I would say carefree, but not too carefree. So they get, their rivalry stuff almost cost them, I don't want to say their life, but they almost got injured, and Chris saves them, and it makes those two love Chris even more, because all that stuff. You know how they are. So back to Bruce's team. They actually find the flashing lights that were pretty much space ninjas, but the reports were flashing lights, and they knew the space ninjas essentially. So they found one of the flashing lights. As per usual, they're not supposed to engage. Lucy didn't care. She just was like, fighting. Oh yeah, let's go. So pretty much they found the space ninjas first, so they had to report back to Team Amy and let them know that they found the space ninjas and what's going on with that. So with that being said, it seems pretty normal up to here, where Team Chris over here kind of gets blown up. Deliberately, as you can see, Chris threw something in the air and made a collapse, and took Baraka but pushed the boys away. So I seen that and I'm like, bro, what's happening here, Chris? Chris, I'm just like, Chris, what are you doing, Chris? I'm like, oh no. I'm like, what is he doing? So pretty much, Baraka's like, was it okay to send them at that? And then she was about to let everybody else know, keep in contact with the other teams. And she's like, where's her phone, bro? The little scroll phone. So that boy, when he picked her up, took it and freaking he breaks it. I'm like, oh my gosh. And I'm looking at his face. I'm like, that's very sus of you, sir. And then he's like, oh. I'm like, okay, like this is getting interesting. But why is he doing that? I'm like, who is this guy? You know? And is now he will take her out. And I'm just like, wow, is this how Baraka goes out? Not like this, Lord. What's happening? So Burton and Ron pull up just in time. And it's because of Ron, because Ron has those keen senses like that. So they face off against each other, and he was like, I knew something was wrong. I admit I touched your hand. Back to the handshake. And he in his head is like, this little boy is not like a typical little boy. Like, this little boy too good for his own good. Like, he just too talented, I suppose, right? So it wasn't until Chris and Ron fight that Chris, quote unquote, because you don't even know if his name is really Chris, quote unquote, knew who he was. It's one of those situations where, like, fighting somebody you know who they are. And while they're fighting, I mean, while they're having their confrontation, Team Bruce is over here fighting the space ninjas. This purple guy here, he was the leader of these guys. So essentially, he was controlling them and telling them what to do, where to go, stuff like that, right? And you know, Lucy is not paying attention because she's just trying to fight. she's not trying to figure it out. She just wants to smoke, right? So it wasn't until like literally it was Jane that noticed that the purple guy was pretty much giving commands. So they were just supposed to leave and let the extermination squad come in, but the extermination squad is pretty much useless, as you can see here. They're they're getting beat up, and I like to see this extermination squad have different like traits like visually to tell them apart. Like one's kind of thick, one has a scar with his eye, and one has like a bang. So that's pretty interesting to see. Um, so we're gonna see here how Jane's plan comes into play and how she pretty much helps helps defeat these space ninjas instead of being at a draw essentially. So yeah, that's pretty much what happens here. If you guys like to see it, let's let it play out.
あの先は非常に危険なエリアだ。これ以上の追跡はやめておこう。後で我々が調査しておく。オレンジのやつ一体だけ倒せなかったね。誰かがミスったんでしょ。覚悟しろ、スペース忍者。俺たちが相手だ。もう終わったよ。どうしたの？今回のスペース忍者、今までのと動きが違ってた。別に。普通に雑魚だったじゃん。いえ、指示を出していたあいつは明らかに知性を持っていた。
So we're back with these two, and this is the part where I was speaking about Chris when he felt like when he fought Ron, he figured out who he was because the moves felt familiar, as he said here. So at that point, he was like, "Oh, so this is where you were, huh?" So Amy comes in between, and had great timing. So he just casually makes his leave. I'm just like, bro, what? I'm like, you just leave, just like that? I'm like, it's just, huh? So we're here now. We see Chris definitely is working with the bad guys, the Onibanshu guys, and then you see him transform, and I'm like, what the hell? He just passed his hand and he just changed. I was like, whoa. So that's what Chris really looks like. He's just working for the big boss guy. He's letting him know that little boy Ron is our Ron that we're looking for. And pretty much, now Ron's identity has been disclosed. They know where he at now. So that's pretty much what this episode was. And this episode was really, 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 really interesting. It was very cool, especially that new character guy that was playing as Chris. It was pretty sick. See, I was like, yeah, that guy, I want to see more of him. He was clean. So yeah, guys, like I said, leave a like, comment, and subscribe for your girl. And we're gonna be back with episode 17 very, 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 very soon. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.